Change of mindset. All of a sudden, Jamie Smith on strike, and South Africa go back to the two slips in place, thinking they can maybe use the balance of this Australian soil that might be able to carry through to the cordon if they do find the edge. It'll be interesting to see if Lungi can get the ball to shape away to the right-hander. We talked about the breeze for Janssen. The same breeze is prevalent and going to be helping Ngidi shape it to the righty.
That's the ball. Right-hander, I think he's enjoyed having the right-hander on strike. Good end to the over, 18 for 1. Edged. Didn't carry. Don't think the keeper could have got across.
Was it? Yeah, it was actually a good take in the end by Mulder, but as you say, Nash doesn't carry. Got it with the one hand. It's one of those ones as a keeper, it looks like it's going to start down leg side. You can't really trust that it's going to come to the offside. Just dropped short. That's why Klaasen couldn't get into the position where he's going to launch his body. I don't think even if he went, he would have got close.
No, it's too wide. It slips almost a second slip. Oh, same again, surely. Same again, this time mid-on. Would you believe it? The left armour going across the right-hander, pulled up in the air. It is a replay of the first wicket.
Yeah, the only change is it's the captain, Aidan Markham, who takes the catch. It's that angle. It's the bounce, the steep bounce, and the angle going across the right-handers. As the ball's released, the ball pitches, you think that's easy to pick up and take over the leg side. But by the time the ball gets to you, it's probably half a metre further on the offside, and the extra bounce is hard to control. You can't roll your wrists. Both balls popped up in the air. South Africa will be ecstatic. Lost the toss, asked to bowl first. They picked up their second. Smith goes without scoring, 20 for 2.
Gets it to bounce on any surface. Just the right angle, and they're a little cramped. Not back and across it. Don't go back and across these days to play the pull shot. It's usually off the front foot. Easy catch at mid-on.
Step up to the equation. The two of them are being good touch. They're in a bit of a traffic jam.
Experiment with Jamie Smith at 3 hasn't worked. Duck for him. No scores in the too straight again. Cannot bowl there to Ben Duckett. You see they're trying to keep it off fifth stump, but they've been far too straight.
He's got this great ability to find the gaps as well. One thing, hitting the ball sweetly, but the other thing is to find the fence almost every time he middles that ball, especially on that middle and leg stump channel. He's been so great to watch.
Yeah, and as they say in the sporting arena, the mind gurus tell you to concentrate on the positive, not the negative. And I think the team talk was, make sure you don't offer up any width on the offside. Whereas they should have maybe just said, let's try and hit the stumps, because it's been far too straight. He really has been able to...
PB over or around, what would you do? And what should he do, more importantly?
Well, he likes to try and shape the ball in to the left hands. You can see a little bit of movement, but then you've got to be starting on the right line. he's getting that movement, but it's obviously too straight. Marco Jansen, when his wrist isn't great, he also slides it down there. So there is enough movement to keep him over the wicket because you can think about trapping him in front. But as we say that, he's eventually going to go around, and what you see from him when he goes around is he also tries to go to the slow ball a little bit more often because he believes on the angle that it just straightens or grips. So watch for that variation. It's just 3 deliveries to go in the over. Will he use all 3 options?
Yeah, that was a slower delivery, just sitting in the pitch and bouncing up.
Because he believes that on the angle he bowls wide on the crease and it'll be too straight if he shapes it like he's been from over the wicket. That's why he often goes to that variation. And then there's communication straight away with Rabada to say, okay, that was probably the first slow ball delivery, the first off cutter I decided to use today, and you know what? It gripped and it was...
Leading edge, simple catch in the end for the bowler, Marco Jansen. He just had to make sure his momentum wasn't taking him too far away to the right, checked himself, gathered himself, England 3 down.
Yeah, the South Africans have strayed into Ben Duckett's legs quite a few times today, and he's managed to clip it away every single time. But on this occasion, just going a little bit early on the shot, little leading edge. Maybe the ball holding up in the wicket a touch. Marco Jansen takes a simple catch. Not exactly the way that Marco Jansen would have liked to have gotten a wicket today, but Ben Duckett's gone for 24. 37 for 3.
So Ben Duckett, one of England's batsmen who are in form, has gone as South Africa pick up their 3rd wicket after 6 overs and 4 balls of this contest. Harry Brook bats 5. A bit of discussion over the last 24 hours, or less, since Josh Buttler announced he was stepping down as England white ball captain, as to whether this man would take over the reins in due course. At the moment, he's got a job to do because England 37 for 3.
I think it is interesting to watch somebody like Harry Brook, though, in this situation, because he'd be well aware of all the speculation following Josh Buttler's decision announced yesterday to step down. He'd be well aware as the vice-captain that he's the next man in line. So just to watch him today will be quite interesting. Watch his body language, watch how he goes about things at the crease. This is why he's here. Duckett just threw the shot a little too soon and getting the leading edge back to Marco Jansen.
Well, up to that point, it had been Duckett's bread and butter. Tucking in gleefully on the leg side. I don't think that was a variation. Dale, did you pick up anything there from the wrist position?
In that position for that catch, as well as the drop and run. It came really quickly. Often the first ball of the over, KG Rabada bowls slightly quicker than somebody, say, like Lungi Ngidi, so it would have rushed Mulder. It would have been a fantastic catch had he taken it.
Brook is away with a punch through the offside behind backward point, and he hit that hard.
It's a great cricket shot. Stands up tall, does Brook. Ball slightly shaping away from.
And again, with more authority, 2 sumptuous shots from Harry Brook.
Yeah, this was a bit fuller from Rabada. The first one back of a length that he played late and chopped into the ground. This one fuller, able to play a more orthodox square drive. He is a beautiful
Tennis, I believe. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. That is classic Joe Root. Slightly overpitched by Marco Jansen. England bring up their 50.
Ball right under his eye line with a beautiful straight bat.
high front elbow. That wasn't a long half volley, that was just a push to a length delivery. He's in great nick.
And who are the all-round sportsmen then? Speaking of tennis, obviously, many players who get to the top in one sport find themselves quite naturally talented and good at other things. But who are the key players for South Africa?
In the tennis, I believe Rassie van der Dussen is doing pretty well, but Ryan Rickleton's a good player from what I hear. A lot of the guys like their paddle. I don't think they've managed to find a paddle court here in Karachi or in Lahore.
Oh, just evades the man at square leg. And the Root hits another fine boundary.
Well, where Phil Salt and Jamie Smith failed, and Joe Root shows them how to do it. Maybe Marco Janssen's just tiring a bit here, but Root was very quickly into position and pulling it wide of the man. Of course, Salt and Jamie Smith, all they could do was splice it up in the air, trying to fetch it from outside off stump, which is the difficulty and the danger sometimes with the left armour. On the angle, you have to try and fetch it from too far outside the off stump.
'57 more exquisite timers of the cricket ball, Damien Martin, back in the day.
Yeah, I loved watching him. Just feet like close together, hands just beautiful off his legs, cover drive, stunning. And just to add on to your point about the fields, I remember touring Pakistan for the first time in 2007, and Mark Boucher and Callis would say to me, caught it, short cover. Oh, great shot. Harry Brook using his feet. He's seen the field that Rabada is using. He's decided to run at him. That ball bowled at 146 k's an hour. I think came off the blade at about 180.
Third boundary he has taken from Rabada. The second one in exactly that area. The first one. 3 wickets belong to Marco Jansen from his 5 overs. Oh, probably not. Probably got outside the line of off stump. Bowler seems very keen. Height an issue?
Yeah, it just didn't quite look right, did it? First of all, Root is down the pitch and over to the offside a touch. Not sure whether it hit him outside the line, whether it was too high, whether he was too far down the pitch. There was so much doubt for the on-field umpire. You can see Root advancing. Yeah, there's not much going for that.
And we've seen Root to think it must be something you've got to keep a very close eye on. Another reminder of what happened in the first power play. Another failure for Salt. Similar type dismissal for Jamie Smith, whose elevation to number 3 hasn't really worked that experiment. Duckett tucked into some deliveries that were very leg side from Marco Jansen before trying to turn that one again leg side, finding the leading edge. Root's got that. Fielder out there, over his head, bangs into the metal stanchion, pings back onto the ground. 6.
We've seen Root advance down the wicket. We've actually seen both English batters right now advance down the wicket, but on that particular occasion, it looked like he just went a little deeper into his crease. Bjorn Mulder bowling the same ball that he's bowled throughout this over, just trying to hold the back of a length. Root going deeper in the crease, forcing the ball to
region of 207 runs today for that net run rate to sink below Afghanistan's, but they avoid a very heavy defeat, or indeed
Root and Brook. Wonderful counter punch from England. 37 for 3. South Africa dominated that opening power play. bit of sloppy fielding as well, aiding England's cause.
It's a tremendous shot in the end. Very, very fast outfield. It was nothing, just a polite push through between mid-wicket and mid-on. From off to leg.
Wide called. It's an excellent batting surface here in Karachi. It's the same surface used for the South Africa-Afghanistan game, the 21st of February. South Africa batted first, got to 315 for 6.
Yeah, clearly a lot less grass on it, a lot less cracks. They said they didn't shave off the top, but it was sort of rolled into the surface.
Gorgeous day in Karachi, really hot. Slight breeze blowing across the ground, but wonderful weather as we have a look at the Group B results so far. Of course, winning the 107 runs against Afghanistan to get their campaign underway. Australia, record run chase against England. Much abandoned for South Africa, but how good were Afghanistan against England? That win, knocking England out of the competition.
And Maharaj is slackened his pace. Joe Root has been the star. Practice session for him. It's a great template for ODI batsmen to follow. Safe initially, and then he improvises, and then he has the power game as well to go.
This is a wonderful moment. Shahid Afridi walking the trophy out. ICC ambassador. A wonderful cricketer, someone who himself reinvented play in the white ball game. And great support, a wonderful cheering crowd at the side as he walked the trophy out. Great use of the feet by Brooke, and just a single. Rotation of strike has also been so important in this competition.
Someone who didn't believe in rotation of strike on your screen.
Stand and deliver. When you can boom Afridi, why do you need to rotate strike? Oh, that's nicely played by Joe Root. This is what we're talking about. He's got all the shots in the book.
He sure has, and he used that shot a lot against Afghanistan to get the boundary away and then manoeuvre the field. Against Afghanistan, he played that early and everyone went squarer or behind square, and that opened up the offside. It's not just the shot, it's what the shot does to the field. World class from Root again.
Sideways to the ball, and then that's gone up in the air. Will this be taken? It's going to fall safely. Oh, no, not really! What a catch that is! That is a massive strike from a fellow who is about 8 feet tall. Massive wings. And he held on to it. What a day he's having. Wickets and this great catch. This is unbelievable. Really is terrific catch.
That is such a long way down for Marco Jansen. He had to make so much ground. The breeze kept taking it away from him. At this stage, Harry Brook thinks, I'm in trouble. And then he thinks, no, actually, I'm going to get away with this. And that is so good. The distance he had to cover to get there. Brilliant from the big man. Harry Brook and his tournament come to an end. 19 from 29. England, 99 for 4.
Gets rid of the dangerous Joe Root. England lose 2-2.
Yeah, it's been noticeable how straight they've been bowling to Joe Root. They've actually chanced a few wides down the leg side. just a bit of a wobble seam. Didn't do that much, just played around it. England's in-form batter. They've had two in this tournament, Duckett and Root. They've both gone, and England in bother on a good pitch. 103 for 5. Root made 37.
Liam Livingstone with England in trouble, 103 for 5. It's a lovely warm afternoon in Karachi. The pitch seems to be a decent one for batting, but England lost 3 wickets in the power play to Marco Jansen, and now they've just lost their best player, Joe Root, working across a straight ball from Mulder that maybe just came back in a fraction off the spin.
That just nipped back enough to defeat this shot from Joe Root, just a hint maybe. But they were trying to stay straight to him. And as Nas said, they had to give away a couple of wides just to keep that tight line if they could. And they've got the real threat.
You were here last evening, weren't you, when Joss Buttler sprung a surprise, really, because it was less conference than normal. How did you find him afterwards when you spoke to him? Both wicketkeeper and slip were quick to spot Liam Livingstone playing that rather premeditated shot, but he got it wide off.
Little deft sweeps are not what you normally associate with Liam Livingstone, because he is usually batting in the latter stage of either T20 or 50 over innings. They both read it, keeper and slip. He's managed to just glide that away to the boundary. We associated with brute force, but that was a nice depth.
A momentum. Gone. Tossed up. And he's run up and had to kind of look up and then try and find it. It was so high up in the air and so slow. And Livingston missed it completely. He almost had the time to get back, actually, and turning around and running back. Oh dear.
That's a horrible shot, that, from Livingstone. Beautiful bit of bowling from Maharaj. Floated it up invitingly, but Livingstone advancing and then just got to the position where he yorked himself and hacked across the line. Dreadful shot, bad dismissal, 9 from 15, 114 for 6. No yet who will be where. Coming the day after from Lahore. Final next Sunday. Again, we don't know where.
I guess the 8-team tournament, and likely that you kind of have to wait for that final game in each group generally. But it's crazy that we're at this point and we don't know.
nicely played. Just a fraction short from Maharaj.
And maybe a fraction quicker too. I can see him miss his mark, but he has on this occasion. And all credit to Jamie Overton, who hasn't had many opportunities to release his hands and his arms. Got that delivery, slams it away.
Liam Dawson's the curious one. He's a good cricketer, I think, good all-round cricketer, but seems to be either out of favour or overlooked as that gets chipped in the air. An excellent catch. Ngidi takes another good one. We've already seen one from Marco Jansen earlier in the piece. This time Ngidi diving away over his left shoulder. Terrific catch.
Watch the ball. This is what he's done as he's run. You watch Lungi Ngidi as he goes here. Never takes his eyes off it and then stretches every sinew to get it. And in the end, it's the left hand that gets there. And the smile on Rafada's face tells you everything. Another wicket down. It's Overton gone for 11. England 129 for 7.
Oh yeah, I might do it in flash.
Jofra Archer in at 9. England in trouble. 129 for 7. Run rates come down. Some spectacular catches in the field. South Africa right on top here in Karachi. Wonderful stand between Joe Root and Harry Brook, 62. And 3 for 15 is what England lost. And now with the wickets of Overton, Archer comes in the 26th over, far too early for him. Field partnerships aside from the Root-Brook partnership, John Pollock and Dale staying alongside.
Yeah, what a grab by Lungi Ngidi. Overton at this stage thought, no, that's going to land safely. Rabada wasn't convinced, and eventually it's just the left paw that he grabs it with and then holds on as his elbow hits the ground. Brilliant from Ngidi. You can see the reactions from his teammates. They know how good that was.
This confirmation of how well Keshav Maharaj has done. A year out of the game, he's come storming back, bowling rankings in ODI cricket.
Yeah, sometimes he's the unsung hero for South Africa. You know, he just goes about his job, comes in those middle overs, bowls really well. I think there's been a no ball here by Kagiso Rabada, and getting some information in our ear, and there's the confirmation. So Jofra Archer, he'll be very appreciative of the fact that he can unleash those arms. It's actually comfortably over.
It's been tight for a long time now, has KG. I think in a test match not too long ago, South Africa bowled a lot of no balls. They fixed that come SA20 time. It was pretty good, but just being a little naughty today and overstepping.
First time in ODI cricket, Jofra Archer's batting in this period of the game. Usually comes in the last 10. He's got a free hit now.
Yeah, change of structure. They can change the field. Lots of protection leg side for South Africa. I think that one's hurt, Cass. That was sore. Yeah, hit him hard. I think it might have been an inside edge involved, but hit him hard on the foot. And he turned, charged, put out the left paw. And brilliant from the South African pacer.
That's punted away for 4. And a wonderful shot from Jofra Archer, much needed from England.
Yeah, I think he's thinking, Jofra Archer, I missed out on a free hit and it hurt my foot, and I'm going to teach you what I should have done to that free hit. because in the context of the game, still 23 overs to go. It's a bit of a surprise, kind of just clears that front foot out the way. Good contact over the short mid wicket and away for a boundary. Improved.
Nicely guided away, and that will be 4. He's got a foot there. I'm going to have a look at the boundary check.
He's been good down there, hasn't he, Marco Jansen? He moved earlier to take a brilliant catch off Keshav Maharaj, and I think they're about size 14 or 15. So if you're going to put something down as Marco Jansen, the right boot isn't the bad option. Let's have a look if he got it right. Oh, does he touch the ball before it hits the cushion? We'll have to maybe slow that down.
Hard to say he couldn't put a foot wrong, but he did an excellent job to try to get to it. Marco Jansen is having a wonderful game. Got 3 for 29, his 5 overs, wonderful running catch too. End of 28 overs, 145 for 7 England. Final group game.
Forwards to come.
Misfield. And that's racing away to the boundary for 4. Brings up the England 150, 153 for 7.
I think he picked it up because he almost looked like he went with his foot first, did Corbin Bosch, at short mid wicket. No sun to deal with, so I'm not quite sure, but it was nicely struck. And he put his foot out, his hand was kind of in the region, but it was almost like trying to be like a hockey goalkeeper, a combination of. There was a lot of deliveries that were misguided.
No idea how the surfaces had become. So much of cricket was played in 2-3 area sort of stadiums. That's gone over the keepers at football. He's going at a good pace, Archer. 34, 167 for 7.
Player that we know he can be over the last couple of years. Average 36 as captain, but over the last couple of years that's down to 27, and the strike rate dropping quite significantly.
Good catch, another good catch from South Africa. And it's that man Jansen again. That's his second terrific catch in the outfield. One at long on, that at mid-wicket. Archer trudges off. England 8 down.
Well, it helps when you're 6 foot plenty. They've got long arms. Being a big man, he's actually athletic as well. He did well to get down, move smartly to his left. Very different type of a catch from the earlier Skyer he took in the deep, but still a very good one. And Jofra Archer actually looked in pretty good touch with the bat. He's had too much opportunity with the bat in this tournament. 25 from 31, 171 for 8.
Batting at number 10 for England is Adil Rashid, and he's coming in the 35th over. Tells the story, as well as 17148. and Mulder taking the wicket of Jofra Archer, who, as Michael said, had looked reasonable. In far too early, as is Adil Rashid, to another excellent outfield catch from Marco Jensen.
It's more like a score on an Australian strip, 171 for 8. Good.
8 for 171, if you're talking about the Australians.
Correct. Great catch, this. He had to react very quickly. He's pretty tall, get low in an instant would have been difficult.
If you get relieved of the captaincy or step down from the captaincy, the temptation, there are so many temptations now with franchise cricket, and of course he'll continue to play some of that in IPL, SA20, whatever, but he sounded committed to play for England. So the next 50 over World Cup is in 2027. Butler will be 36. He should be young enough, and hopefully if he can discover his best touch, should be an absolutely key part of England's team in that competition.
Chipped it to mid-off. At no point really had Butler really timed the ball like we know he can, but he's timed that one all right, but he's hit it straight at mid-off, a skimmer. England imploding, 9 down.
I don't know whether it was a slow ball because Ngidi bowls a great slow delivery. Harmless delivery and a very good catch at mid-off. No problem whatsoever. England continue to disappoint, 9 down. Captain is done for 21 of 43, 173 for 9.
Down now. England for 173. Yes, slow. The surface, some difficulty, but not batting their overs. Just hasn't gone according to plan. I suppose, as you look at it, actually, you'd say it's kind of the way the tournament has gone for them, England. Here's Saqib Mahmood.
Before the game, we were reading this as a 300, at least a 300-run pitch. Because it has played quite truly. It's just that England's mindset probably is not there. You know, this game is, yes, about technique and also about discipline and how much you want it.
And you can kind of double the number of games in that it would have been around and in the setup for a long time. And as you look through South Africa's bowling lineup, there is quite a bit of experience, and so that temperament you talk of is important coming into this latter part of the tournament. You don't want players who are going to be fazed by occasion or situation. Need them to be able to still get clarity and come to a calculated decision as to what they need to do in the circumstances. And you do that better the more experience you have. Mulder, 2 for 25 for him. I like how it's come together, the South Africa side. And I was saying earlier, and I was sitting with Wardy and Ath, that in the bilaterals, with so much on the calendar, teams, unless they're going towards an actual tournament, are not going to play their first 11, and so the group doesn't get together, as it were, as they try and figure out who they can infuse into the main side. Something on there, a little edge, and Van Mulder gets a third. England bowled out for 179, and so South Africa make it through by virtue of bowling them out for just 179 into the semi-finals. It's the lowest total in the Champions Trophy this year. Great work all round. Look at the final wicket to fall, and Mulder continues to improve. A little bit of reverse, you see a few scratches on that ball, and it just seems to go away there from Adil Rashid. Little feather, and it's through to Heinrich Klaasen, who makes absolutely no mistake. He'll be led off by the bowlers, who've done a top job.
Yeah, England blown away for 179 on what appeared to be a beautiful batting surface. More to do with their mental condition at this stage, down and out of the tournament, and just not up today against South Africa, who bowled brilliantly. Got to say, they swung the ball, they seamed it, the fielding was outstanding, some great catches, and in the end, a very good result to keep England to just 179. Right, 179 all out. England 37 from Root, Butler 21 and 25 from Archer. Duckett looked dangerous for his 24, but wickets kept on falling, and in the end it was a race against time for England. Jansen 3 for 39 was outstanding with the new ball. Bounced out a couple of batsmen, one apiece for Ngidi, Rabada, 3 for Mulder, and Maraj bowled beautifully, spun the ball, he picked up 2.